Well, hello, and welcome to another lesson of the Focus on Storyblok course. As always, I'm Marcelo Lewin, the Headless Creator. You get a hold of me right there, marcelo@headlesscreator.com. Feel free to send me an email, questions, comments, feedback, anything you like. Within 24 hours, I'll get back to you. Today, I have a special guest presenter. She's presenting for the first time, but not for the last. She's going to be doing at least two more after this. But her name is Alba Silvente Fuentes. And she's a Nuxt and Storyblok ambassador. And you're going to learn more about her because I'm going to bring her in. We'll have a few minutes of chatting with her prior to starting the lesson. But today, you're going to learn how to improve the performance of your website by using the Storyblok image transformation API. And you're gonna see how simple it is, but how big of a change it could provide to your website performance. But as you know, as always, I will tell you about headlesscreator.com before we get started, because you need to go get an account. I know you're watching it live, and I know you don't need an account for it, but if you want to watch this on demand later, along with all of her lessons that are coming up and all of the previous lessons that we have in there, plus everything else, get a free account. It's 100% free. You can go to headlesscreator.com and just register there, and then you'll have access to that this lesson, plus the Focus on Storyblok course, which, as you can see, has lots and lots of lessons. And you'll have access to the Content Modeling Weekly course, because it doesn't matter what headless CMS you use, you have to do content modeling, and you want to do it right. Most of you know that I'm super passionate about content modeling. You'll have that. There's a whole bunch of other courses, and then the Discover Headless Tech. So I'm shooting for 1,000 registered users. I'm close to 750 already, 1,000 by the end of the year. So I think I'm on target for that. But if you sign up, you're definitely doing your part in helping me get there. All right, no more marketing. Everybody knows how this works. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to restart the intro, because the on-demand version has no marketing or any of that stuff. So I will see you all in just 10 seconds. Well, welcome to another lesson of the Focus on Storyblok course. I am Marcelo Lewin, the Headless Creator. And as always, feel free to get a hold of me right there, marcelo@headlesscreator.com. Send me an email. I'll get back to you within 24 hours. Today, my special guest presenter is Alba Silvente Fuentes. She's a Nuxt and Storyblok ambassador, and I'll tell you more, or actually you're going to learn more about her when I bring her in just a minute. But she's going to show us how to improve the web performance of our website by simply using the image transformation API in Storyblok. You're going to see before and after, and it really does make a difference. But enough of that. Let's get Alba in here. Alba.
Hi. Hi, Marcelo. Hi, everyone.
Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thanks to you for inviting me.
So where are you located, first of all?
In Amsterdam at the moment.
Oh, you're in Amsterdam. Now, originally you're from Spain, correct? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
¿Hablas español?
Perfectamente.
Perfectamente. Yo también. I surprise many people because they think I'm American, right?
Yeah, you speak so well.
Well, I came when I was a little kid, so many years ago. Anyway, welcome. I appreciate you doing this. I know this is the first of a couple more you're going to be doing. You're doing a total of 3 lessons, so they can learn all about them at headlesscreator.com. But why don't you tell us a little bit about how did you get into development? What attracted you to web development?
Well, it was funny because I started 5 years ago when I was studying my degree in image and sound in telecommunication. So I was programming, but not a website, just a chip to create a computer or a phone.
So low-level programming you were.
Yeah, with C and C++. So I fell in love with development, and for that I searched for practices or just to get into the job. And I found a web development company that was creating websites for a lot of clients, not only for their internal projects. So there I started as a junior developer, and I be there like for free 6 months. and then 1 year as a junior. So I learned everything there because I have a lot of mentors, and then I start investigating myself in Vue, in React, and that kind of frameworks that come around, and then I start loving web development, because before it was like a job and
Right.
my where to go. But when I met Vue and Next and that kind of stuff, I fell in love and I can't stop. So I create my own blog, my own website, and I build also in my free time. So yeah.
But what
Changed my life.
attracted you to development in general? What is it that brought you to that, and when did you get into it?
Well, it was because I feel like comfortable doing it, because I feel that I have something that is made for building something with code. And I feel that because, for example, for languages, I spent like 10 years to understand something in English. It was so hard for me to learn a language. And for that, I push myself every time I have to do anything, doing it in English, like my blog, for example, just to be constant, because otherwise I will miss it, because I always miss the English if I have 2 weeks without talking it, you know? So
Right.
for that, in code is totally different, because when I start coding, I remember everything and never escapes. It's like I can be 2 weeks programming in any language, and 2 years later I will remember it. So I feel like I have some feelings with the code. So for that, I think it's my dream job. And
Definitely. Yeah, yeah. And it's a very creative job. By the way, your English
Yeah.
is really, really great. So,
Thank you.
yeah, perfect. So, all right. Usually I end our interviews with something personal. I was trying to think. Everybody knows I'm a huge movie fan, as they can see by my background, right? I'm a huge movie fan. But since you're from Spain, I'm wondering, what is your favorite dish that you love to eat? Like if you were stuck in an island and you gotta eat that every day, what would that be?
Well, I'm a potato lover, so it would be
Oh,
something with potato. But the potato omelette, the Spanish omelette, is
oh.
the best
So what's
thing.
in that?
The best thing.
Like potato, obviously eggs, and what
Potato,
else?
onion, and egg, obviously. Yeah.
Okay,
But
great.
yeah, I prefer onion. But there is like a battle between
Uh-huh.
the people that doesn't like onion in the
I
omelette.
love onions. And in
I
Argentina, we
prefer.
used to do the same thing. We literally put it in a pan, flatten it, like potatoes, onion. Sometimes they put like hot dogs or some sort of meat with egg, and it was
Oh,
the
wow,
omelet. And
that's
you, yeah.
yeah, like chorizo. Yeah, some people do it, but
Yeah.
I
I don't
prefer
do it
only with
anymore. I've
potato.
been a vegetarian now for almost 9
Okay.
years. So
Okay.
no
Oh,
more, no
okay.
more. No,
That's
I had my fill of that. All right. All right. People are going to think they tuned in for the wrong thing, but no, you didn't. I just like to talk. So Alba, I'm going to show you the screen right now. So let's get ready for that. And then,
okay.
all right, perfect. We can see your screen. So if
Nice.
any of you have any questions, please type them in the chat. Otherwise, I'll ask questions if I have it, Alba. But I'm going to go on
Perfect.
mute, and it's all yours.
Perfect. Nice. Well, first of all, I want to show you the small project, the demo project I create for this course, for the lessons I will be doing. So you can see that I have only the 3 lessons, but every lesson that will be in the next weeks doesn't be live yet, so you need to wait. But the lesson for today is already available. You will see that it's an article for the things that we will see now. So first of all, I think it's important to know what we are here and what we can do with Storyblok with our images. Because, for example, when you create a Storyblok dashboard and you create your own content, you will upload images to it. So that images, you can use it a series, like you will build in your website in the front end, and you will just call the image that is coming with the API. But you can have problems if you do that, because if you are just getting the image as is, the content managers or the content creators that will be adding content to your site will be adding images without any optimization. So you will see that the performance of your website is so bad. So to do an improvement on that, you need to use the image CDN that Storyblok provides you. And that image CDN is already in use. So you already have access to it. You don't need to sync up in any places. You have already that service as it is. So the image CDN is just a content delivery network, as the CDN means. And what it does is just get the node server closest to you and serve so quick, so fast the image. Instead of waiting a lot, the server is so far away, you will have it quickly, instantaneously. So instead of only having the image served to you, it will also provide you a lot of methods, functions that you can use to optimize your images. For example, size the image or format the image. You will see in the demo, but as you can see here, you will have better performance because you have functions that will make the images be greater. So, for example, if
Quick
we
question
go
on that.
here, tell me.
So, quick question. So, if you have the image and the image is stored in the CDN automatically, and meaning that then the transformation API, can you still use the original image without the transformation API, but get the benefits of the CDN?
Yeah, of course. You can
Okay.
just change, well, we will see in the code, but we can get the same URL, but changing the URL by the image service. And what this do is when you get the image from the image CDN, you will get the image optimized in bytes, but not the size or the format.
Right. So the combination
Yeah.
of both was really going to give you the improvement, the CDN
Yeah.
and the transformation.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
But
Thank you.
everything is provided by the same URL. Yeah.
By the same. Got it. Thanks.
So when we add any assets, we will see in our panel, always in the assets folder, that we have the assets we have. And when we go to the info of each one, we will see this link. This URL is the main URL that you will see in your frontend project when you get the content from the API. So this URL is the one that we don't want because it's the normal one. So we will see here in the article the problems that we will arise when we create an image and we didn't change the properties. So we will see problems like that is not properly sized because you have an image of 4,000 whatever, and your page is just showing a 700. So you need to change the size to have it smaller and optimized. Then you will see also a problem with the encode of the image. That is different because you don't need to do anything. You just need to use the image CDN to have coded efficiently the image. And what this means that you will have a lot of pixels for a density of a screen. For example, if you are in a phone, you will see that the image is looking always like greater because it has more DPIs, that is the density of the pixels there. So for that, the image CDN is reading the device and serving you the image that corresponds in density. So that's the encoding. And that's a huge change in the performance because before it wasn't a warning in Lighthouse, but now it is, and it's important to have this in mind. But obviously the image CDN is helping us. And then the next gen formats is the new formats that we have in the website world. That is, you can use WebP or JP 2000. These ones are the next gen because it has a better optimization for the websites. So you can just send a link to that image. It will be quicker because it's done to serve in a lot of servers. But
do you have a recommendation for the actual next gen format? Do you recommend one over another, or does it matter?
Well, obviously it depends because if you are using PNG images, so you have transparency, you don't have any choice, just WebP. And the problem with WebP is that it's only available in the last versions of each browser. So if you are in Safari in a old version, you will see that it's not popping up. And for that, I create a code to check that the browser can serve